If you see the distribution of this pest, all sorghum growing areas of the world. So until this distribution we have seen few countries, otherwise few states in India, and few pests is confined to southern part of India, few pests confined to northern parts of India. But you can see here the distribution status is all sorghum growing areas of the world. Wherever you grow sorghum in the worldwide, this pest is very common. See how widely they distributed. Host range is sorghum, maize and rye. Not only sorghum and maize also, this is very important pest. If you see the first picture of this right hand side, the above picture, you can see the lot of aphids, small aphids in a group under the leaves and as well as at the whole position of the actively growing part of the sorghum plant. Just imagine how many aphids are there. So sucking sap from the plant, the both adult and nymph will do. They used to suck the sap from the plant. Apart that, they will release the fecal matter. So in that fecal matter, the lot of sucrose will be there. Because of the sucrose, the sooty mold fungus will be grow on the plant. Now when the fungus is growing, even if you control the insect, fungus remain there. For that again we have to spray the fungicides. So because of this insect sap feeding and as well as the fungus growing, the crop will lose their all the nutrients and the crop will not grow properly and the dwarfing will be happen. So you can see the second picture, how infected crop is looking like. So yellowing, dwarfing, there is no growth. Such a kind of plants will not produce the good crops. Again, farmer under loss. So colonies of aphids are seen in central leaf folds, stems or in panicles. The young and adult sucks the pant juice. This frequently causes yellowish molting of the leaves and marginal leaf necrosis. The aphid produces an abundance of honeydew on which molds grow. In panicle, honeydew may hinder harvesting. The aphid also transmits maize dwarf mosaic virus. The second picture is the maize dwarf mosaic virus. Dwarf means plant will not grow. If plant will not grow, how they will produce the crops? We will see the dynamics of the pest. So right side you see how aphids are looking like. You can just see my cursor mark. There is a here and here the tube-like two structures. So this is the cornicles. The terminal, scientific terminal of these tubes are cornicles. So from this, these honeydew secretions will come. Why they will secrete the honeydew? To attract the ants. Why they are attracting ants? They protect themselves by the other predators. There is a mutual understanding between aphids and ants always. So ant will protect the aphid will secrete the honeydew, ant will feed on that. If any field free of ants, so on the honeydew, what will happen? The fungus, sooty mold fungus will be grown. You can see Dolichos lab plants when you are growing in your home. On the leaf surface, below the leaf surface, the black color gum-like secretions. That is due to the pseudomold fungus that was encouraged by the aphid fecal matter. So dynamics of this pest, the aphid is dark bluish green. Let's see how they are looking like. Dark bluish green and somewhat ovate. It is 2 mm long with the black legs, the legs, cornicles and antenna. If you see the cornicles on the 7th or 8th abdominal segment, blindly we can tell they are aphids. Winged and wingless forms are occur. Winged forms are and wingless forms. That means both allied forms, non-allied forms are occur in this group. The females give birth to living young without mating, and a generation requires only a week or so. The female gives birth to living young one without mating. I have observed the word that there is no need of the male interference here. The female will lay the living young one. Even they will not lay the eggs directly, baby, without mating. They have viviparity. Okay. The adult is yellow colored with dark green legs. If they become adult, they are yellow colored with dark green legs. Management. Spray the base of attacked plants with a contact or systemic insecticide like dimethoate 30 EC or methyl-dimethoate 25 EC 500 ml in 500 liter of water. Then next pest is earhead webworm. Scientific name is Cryptobulbus nidiella. See the pronunciation. Cryptobulbus nidiella. I am not pronouncing G. In a species, first letter is G. We should not pronounce the G. We have to pronounce nidiella. Cryptobulbus nidiella. Belongs to family Pyrastidae, order Lepidoptera. The host is maize and sorghum. The symptom of damage, see the picture. So the Lepidopteran moth will feed on the grain and it will web. It will start to webbing between the grains to protect from the other predators. And they remain pipette inside and adult will be emerged. The pupal case is also inside. So after seeing this webbing and pupal cases, nobody will procure your sorghum grains. Read the theory material, damage symptoms. The larvae destroy the grain in the head. They produce webs of silken thread that remains on and inside the head. Heavy infested heads may be covered with webbing. Then bionomics. So always before read the theory material, just to observe the diagrams. Even in my theory material, I have given a lot of images there, symptoms and all these things. If you see the adult itself, you can feel that forewings are brown in color, hind wings are transparent. Right? The larvae are somewhat white in color, white is green or yellow color. So what is the bionomics? The adult moth is small with brown forewings and light brown hind wings. The creamy white round or conical eggs are laid singly on the spikelets and on grains of the panicle of sorghum. The egg period is 3 to 4 days. The larva is light brown with a dark head and has dark lateral lines on the body. The larval duration is 9 to 10 days. It constructs silken cocoons and pupates within the silken webs. Pupal period 7 days. The life cycle is completed in 23 to 24 days. That means it can be passed 2 generations on the sorghum crop. Teja Jadhav. Don't unmute your mic when lecture is going on. So now we will see the gram caterpillar. Next best is gram caterpillar. Sir, this is the Helicoverpa armigera, American bollworm, gram caterpillar, gram pod borer, fruit borer. These have a lot of names. Helicoverpa armigera. This is polyphagous pest. This pest is polyphagous. Very, very important pest on all kind of crops. Not only this, all fruit, flower, vegetables. Bendy fruit borer, maize cob borer, tomato fruit borer, cotton fruit borer, so the tobacco. So it will feed on all kind of crops. So this is very important one. Helicobacter armigera belongs to family Nocturia and Lepidoptera. The distribution status is, see the picture, how they are looking. The brownish green with lateral lines of green and brown. So distribution status is worldwide. This pest is available through the worldwide. It is major in cotton, lab, chilies, tomato, pulses, maize, and minor on sorghum. It is the heaviest pest in other crops, but minor pest in this sorghum plant. Because this habit is always they bore and they will go inside and they will feed. Because sorghum grains are very small, they cannot bore and go inside. Just they will feed. That's why it became a minor pest on sorghum. The host range: cotton, sorghum, lab, soybean, pea, sunflower, chilies, tomato, groundnut, tobacco, gram, okra. Okra means bendi. Gram means all the pulses, maize, etc. Damage symptoms: so larvae hide within the ear heads and feeds on the grains. Ear heads are partially eaten and appear chalky. The fecal pellets are visible within the ear head. The dynamics. So adult is brown colored moth with a V-shaped speck on the forewings and dull black border on the hindwings. Larvae is green with dark broken gray lines and dark pale browns. Actually, they are greenish to brown color. I have different species of this, and it shows color variation of greenish to brown. Management is spraying of insecticides and given under cotton. There are a lot of insecticides and a lot of products are there. How to control this, we will see detail in cotton. Here it is minor pest. Who unmute your mic? Right. So with this we completed sorghum pest. Now we will see the pest of pearl millet. Pearl millet means bajra. So we will see what all the pest will come under bajra. We have seen up to sorghum. So a lot of pests are covered. What are all the pests are affected to the sorghum? Almost many pests, same pests will be affected to the bajra also. So fruit fly. So bajra fruit fly is Arthrogonia approximata. Arthrogonia approximata belongs to family Mucidae, order Diptera. So diverse symptoms. See the picture at top picture. It is showing the midleaf is dried. That means dead heart. So it will feed inside the stem and it will cause the dead heart. So damage symptoms: a serious pest on pearl millet all over India. In Tamil Nadu during cold weather season, and it attacks the crop both in seedlings and boot leaf stage. It causes dead hearts in young plants and chaffy grains in the mature crops. If it is infected in early stage, dead heart will happen, or if it is infected in the late stage, chaffy grains will come. The dynamics. See how they are looking, male and female larvae. So adult is grayish white fly. The egg stage of the fly lasts 37 to 48 hours. Larval stage 7 to 9 days and pupal stage 6 days. How to manage this pest? Use resistant varieties like Covan, CSH15R, Maldandi, and Hagari, M351, Swati, SPV, 491, IS 185551, 556, 5285 5613 ICSP 700 ICSP 705 Pule Yashoda CSH7 CH8. These are all the resistant varieties for sorghum also. Sorghum also this one. The sow sorghum immediately at the onset monsoon. So this is a slide. This sorghum pest came here. Okay. So naturally that is belongs to sorghum crop. So we'll see the parallel millet, bajra. The first one is white borer. Saluria inficita. The family Piscidae, order Lepidoptera. See the damage symptoms, the above image of this. See the green color leaves, and at the top and middle one is yellow color in shape. Yellow color, they become yellow in color. Because of this is the dead heart. So once inside the stem, if they started feeding, so it will cause dead heart. So damage symptom is a potential pest on finger millet in South India. So larvae bores into the stem at the base of the tiller, close to the soil level, and causes dead heart. You see the name, common name is white borer, Saluria inficita. You see the picture of this larvae pupa adult I am showing. So see the larvae, white in color, milky white in color with brown head. So Bionamics is adult is a small moth with dark brown forewings. You can see the adult. This is larvae, pupa, and this is adult. You can see adult is a small moth with dark brown forewings with a white band along the anterior. This is the white band along the anterior margin and white hind wings. If you spread this, hind wings are white. Larvae is creamy white with a yellow head. This is the larvae. And management. So for all this management, we need not to discuss separately. So what kind of management we followed for Sporopter, litter, and all these things. Same type of chemicals we have to spray here. The next one is grain midge. Geromia pennicita. In sorghum also we have a midge. So a lot of pests are the same simultaneous pests will come here. So Germonia pennicita belongs to family Cecidomyidae diptera, order Diptera. So damage symptoms. The maggot feed on developing grains, causing grainless blooms with white pupal case attached to the tip of the spikelets. Bionamics, adult is a light pink fragile fly. And all the egg and larvae we have seen already in the midge of the sorghum. Same. The management. Dust any one of the insecticide like malathion 5D 25 kg, carbaryl 10D 25 kg, endosulfan 4D 10 kg per hectare. Okay. Next one is stink bug. So these bugs are very common. You can see simultaneously on neem trees. Wherever neem trees are there, you can see plenty of stink bugs. So in below image, you can see on the spikelet, you can see here inflorescence, the green color bugs. They are the stink bugs. The scientific name is Nizara viridula. They belongs to family Pentadomidae hemiptera. So damage symptoms. The grain become chalky or spotted black and get shriveled. A stinking smell emits from the bug. If you touch them, it will create a lot of stinking smell. The Bionamics. Adult is green in color, nymph is brownish red with multi-color spots. You can see them on trees, neem trees. The plenty of neems and adults. Adults are with fully grown greenish color wings. Adults are with spots. You can see that here they have first instar, second instar, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So in development stage, they'll get the wings, fully developed wings. Management of earheads pest. Apply any one of the insecticide at 25 kg per hectare. Oh, sorry. Carbaryl 10D, Malathion 5D. So you can apply any one of these, Carbaryl or Malathion. Spray Carbaryl 50 WP. So the Carbaryl or Malathion 25 kg per hectare we have to spray. Carbaryl 50 WP 750 grams. Endosulfan 35 EC 750 ml per hectare. At 50% flowering stage. That's all. Buzzer completed. The many pester will come same sorghum pest in this. So we need not to read this separately. Okay. The pest of finger millets. Finger millets means ragi. We'll see now. First one is root aphid. Ragi root aphid. Sir, this is very first pest again. Very important pest. You can see all the examinations. So ragi root aphid is Tetranura nigroabdominalis. The scientific name Tetranura nigroabdominalis. So Ephididae hemipteran. So the damage symptoms, you can see the picture of first picture. This is a ragi plant, the root portion. Inside the root portion, you can see how many aphids are there. There are the ragi root aphid. How we are finding out the aphid? What is the concrete symbol for aphid, ragi root aphid? They have a cornicles on 5th or 6th abdominal segment. The cornicle produce honeydew secretions. Simple, sir. Wherever you are finding the ants, especially black big ants, wherever they are roaming, there should be a few second pest, either hoppers, plant hoppers, or aphids. So to feed the secretions only, they will go like this on trees. You might be see a lot of ants on the Posiphus julifera roadsides. So they used to roaming on the plant. If you observe them, you can find the cow bugs there on Posiphus julifera. So damage symptoms. So once they are affecting the root, they are feeding all sucking from the roots. So dwarfness will come. Plant will not grow much. Okay. Damage symptoms are aphid remains at the base of the plant and suck the sap. See the beauty of the pest infestation. Few pests will be feed on the leaf. Few insects feed on the flowers. Few on fruits. Few on roots. Earlier we have seen one aphid is feeding on the underside of the leaf at whole stage. These aphids are feeding on the roots. So themselves they have decided to feeding region to avoid the competition. If everything is sharing the same region, a lot of competition will be there. They have to fight among themselves. So pest has been shared their feeding habits and places. So damage symptoms. The aphid remains at the base of the plant and suck the plant sap. The infected plants turn pale yellow and become stunt. You can see second picture how they are looking, the stunted growth and as well as pale yellow in color. The wilting and drying of plants in patches is the typical symptom. The black ants attended them for honeydew and their presence confirm the root aphid attack. So it occurs on many grasses too. So when they are feeding on roots, we cannot see upon the top. They are inside the soil. So after seeing the ant movement itself, we will guess that there is some pest. And as an agriculture graduate, as an entomologist, if you become, so we have to think all these things in a scientific way. So dynamics of this pest. See the picture of the first picture. So how they are looking, light pinkish color, no? Yeah. So the aphid are pinkish and globular. It reproduces viviparously. There is no oviparous. Oviparous, they will not lay the eggs. They will lay directly young. So they have 4 nymphal instars with a total nymphal duration is 7 to 9 days. Adult lives for 5 to 11 days and produce 10 to 35 offsprings. So imagine here, in a year they will produce 10 to 35 offsprings. Even when their temperatures are even more temperatures, we can expect more than 45 generations in a single year by the aphids. So management, spray the base of attacked plants with a contact or systemic insecticides, control the aphid. If you spray the contact insecticide, so when the insecticide is falling on the pest, it will enter through the cuticle, it will die. If you spray the systemic insecticide, so it will enter into the plant through the leaves, it will reach the root, and when they are feeding the juices, the insecticide will go inside and it will affect their dynamics. So in this case, so if you spray the contact insecticide, it may not be fall on the pest because they are under the ground. Go for the systemic insecticide. Always second pest, we have to recommend the systemic insecticide. How to know whether it is systemic insecticide or contact insecticide? So that I will show you how to identify. I will give the list of insecticides and I will show you on the bottle how to find out that also. Okay. Then cutworm. Next pest is cutworm, Spodoptera exigua. Exigua, this is also worldwide well-known polyphagous pest. You can see them on many crops, more than 300 to 400 crops. So they are under Noctuidae Lepidoptera. The damage symptom is defoliation. So larvae feed on the leaves. Host range is onion, brinjal, cotton, cowpea, chilies, Dancia. This is just examples. More than 350 crops they will feed. Just dynamics, you just observe the image of this. The forewings are almost brown, the hindwings are transparent. Spodoptera, we can identify very easily them, and they have a lateral brown color lines on the body. This is the dynamics. The moth is brown colored with white hind wings. Moth is brown colored with white hind wings. That means what? Hind wings are white, moth brown colored. How it is happen brown? Because of forewings. So it lays eggs in groups. Larvae is nocturnal in habit. Larvae is nocturnal habit. That means the larvae also feed in the night times, not in the day times. It is brownish green with wavy lines on the dorsal surface and yellow strips laterally. The larval period is 10 to 16 days. It pupates in earthen cocoons in the soil for 7 to 11 days. So if you want to know this infestation, we have to visit the field at night times with the lights. Daytime we cannot find them, they will hide on the ground or somewhere in the plant. The next one is white grub. Colotrichia conjugaria. So this is very common pest. Even if you dig the soils everywhere in kitchen gardens, or if you can try to dig the soils in some other manure pits, if you disturb the manure pits. So this is a pest we used to commonly see under the ground. So how we are seeing termites, how we are seeing ants under the ground, this pest also very common under ground. This is very serious pest. If it is 1 or 2, nothing will happen. If it is more, the entire crop will go, definitely it will damage the entire crop because their habit to feeding on the root. If any insect feeding on a leaf, no problem. After, if you spray the insecticide, after 10 days, again new leaf will come. If any is feeding on some other plant also, no problem. Plant will be tolerant and they will grow. At least yield may be reduced, but it will produce the yield. But once this pest will be attacked, no plant will be grow because they are directly feeding on root. Once they destroy the root, how plant will grow? They cannot absorb the nutrients from the land. And they are not small also, they are big. They are somewhat big and we can see very easily with our naked eyes. Okay, they are always C in shape. You can see the image. They have a 3 pair of thoracic legs and well developed head. There is no abdominal legs. Okay, only 3 pairs of developed thoracic legs. You can see side view, these are all the spiracles. These are all spiracles. So with the well developed head, they have well developed mandibles. If root, they will feed on the root. If there is no root available, they will feed on the soil also sometimes. So white grub Holotrichia, Consanguinea, they belongs to family Melanthidae Coleoptera. Melanthidae Coleoptera. So damage symptoms. So grubs feed on roots and results in the death of the growing of plants. So you can see them in when there is summer fall, they all are emerged and they will start to feed on the neem plants. Neem leaf, how bad it is taste, very base taste, bitter taste, neem tea. Even though they used to feed the entire neem plant, all the leaves they will feed. The best alternate host is neem plant, adult. Again they will lay the eggs on the, you can see the second picture, eggs. The round color, white color eggs. Then after 4 to 8 days, egg will be hatched and larvae will come out. So here there belongs to Coleoptera. So the larvae, scientifically we used to call them as a grubs. Okay. So grubs feed on the soil and they'll become a pupae. With after 6 to 7 days, they become a pupae. So after 14 to 20 days, adult will be emerged. Again, this life cycle will be continued. So here pupae is exarate pupae. You can see, you can observe the pupae. You can see the legs here. You can see the legs here. The body parts is visible outside. They are exarate pupae and grubs are like this, where they are well flyers. So this is the damage symptom of grubs. The feed on the roots and result in the death of the growing of the plants. So binomics. So grub is fleshy C-shaped. The shape C-shaped is very good identified symptom to identify them and as well as for examination purpose also. Always they will ask. So out of the following, which pest is C in shape? So that we have to mark the grubs. The almost they will give Holotrichia consanguinea as a scientific name, but based upon the pest, the species will be changed. Sometimes genus also will be changed. Adult is dark brown. So to management of this pest, you can spray. So resistant varieties and all these things, it cannot be available for this pest. We cannot use any resistant varieties. So we can do the summer plowing. So before planting the crop, you have to go for summer plowing. So whenever you do the summer plowing, a lot of birds will come and pick up them. So they are well visible material to the birds and they are very tasty also. Yes, many Thailand people will be used to boil this and they used to eat. Then after that application of carbofuran granules, just apply porate or carbofuran granules on the soil before 1 month of sowing the crop. And before the crop, if you flood the field with the water, the flooding of water will control the pest because they have spiracles. They don't have any gills. So with the spiracles, they have to take the oxygen. If you flood the water in the field, so lack of nitrogen, lack of oxygen, they will die. If you go for the flooding of the fields with water. So if you take these control measures, you can control this pest. Commonly, it is very common in sugarcane in the Shirpur region. If you complete your crop, so next we have to go for the summer plowing, then application of carbofuran granules, then flooding of water. So after that, if you will go for the planting, then we can control this pest. So with this, we completed sorghum, millets, that means bajra and ragi also. So out of this, if anybody have any doubts, we can go for the discussion. So first, students just to read these 7 scientific names first. Everybody read these 7 scientific names. This is the most important pest out of these 3 crops. So in examinations also you will get this. Even from the farmers, you will get complaint on this only. Just you read these 7 scientific names. The sorghum fruit fly is Arthrogonia saccata. They diptera. The stem borer is Chylopatulus lepidoptera. Pink stem borer Sesame inferens. So this pink stem borer and stem borer Chylopatulus. Second and third one also pest in finger millet and as well as this one parallel millet. So the Chylopatulus and Sesame inferens also pest in Bajra and as well as Ragi and sorghum also. Hence I have covered in sorghum. I didn't cover them in Bajra and Ragi because same pest, same species, same control methods. Alright. Then shoot bug is Peregrinus midas. So earhead bug is Calochorus angustatus. Sorghum mitch Contrinus orbicola. Plant lysis Rhophala sapphum midas. So this is the important pest according to this. So if you have any doubts, you can interact. If anybody having sorghum crop or Bajra or Ragi, if you want to interact, you can interact.